Gotta get down on Friday.
Friday, it's Friday. Friday.
Welcome into the News 10 Plus Digital Desk, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, and I'm sure a lot of people are in a good mood today, or you better be, especially if you are a Detroit Lions fan.
That's right. Because this Friday we are celebrating the win. I know.
Woohoo! 21-20 against the Super Bowl reigning champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Crazy.
I'm
not gonna lie, I didn't say it the whole game, but I
caught the end.
Beginning. You caught the end? I caught the very beginning.
Okay, well, there we go.
Okay. There you go. So
Together, we watched the whole game.
Exactly. It was so much fun. Really exciting. Now I have a better understanding of football, I have to tell you, since I've been here.
Well, there you go.
Nicole has taught me so much in that sense. So I am, before the win, I'm a Lions fan. I was a Lions fan.
Hey, you had all the merchandise on yesterday. You were drinking the blue Kool-Aid.
It was the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a really cool game. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. In our talkers, we're going to discuss that win. There's no way we can't. Plus, New York Fashion Week has begun as well.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to bring that back here to us as well and talk a little bit about that. And also, of course, like we said, it's Friday, so everybody's excited. Can't wait for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of great festivals, a lot of great things happening this weekend. So we're going to go over that with Sarah Pierce from 517 Living. We always love it when she comes. I have to tell you, every time she tells me things, like, we're doing the interview, but I start writing things down right after. Like, okay, tell me again, what time? How much do I have to pay to get there? So, absolutely.
What can I look forward to?
Exactly. Always so exciting. And also, Claudia is going to be going live for Frontier Days, another festival that's happening. You know, I didn't know. I thought the festivals were only in the summertime, but it turns out we're bringing them all the way through the fall and whatnot. So Frontier Days, a really big one in Charlotte. So Claudia's going to tell us all about that, and we're going to learn more about what we can expect when we head there.
Okay, very fun.
To round it all out, across the globe, it is World Literacy Day today.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yes, so we're going to have a few guests from an organization that talks a lot about how they're, improving literacy rates and whatnot, but especially how they work with people who are learning English as a second language.
That would be really tough.
Very.
Yeah.
English actually is like one of the hardest languages to learn because you have so many different conjugations and whatnot that aren't always the same and consistent throughout.
And,
learning it as a second language makes it even harder.
Have you taken other language classes?
Yes, I
What
have.
have you
and
taken?
Also, I've taken Spanish. I took Latin. Latin was the worst thing I ever took in my life. My Spanish is still pretty good, I have to say.
See, the conjugating.
Comprende mucho.
Oh. Yo hablo un poco. We're just going to stop there. But, we're a little rusty on our Spanish skills.
Rusty.
Yeah.
Also, my parents grew up in the house speaking Creole a lot. As well,
Oh,
Haitian
wow.
Creole. So they talk, my mom especially, my dad came to the United States a little bit earlier, but my mom talks about how difficult it was for her to learn English.
I cannot imagine.
Cannot
imagine.
It's great that there's this local organization that works with a lot of people and helps them to do that.
Yeah.
And it gives them those resources. So we're going to talk about all those resources that they have, how you can volunteer as well at home if you'd like. And that's how we're going to kick off this Friday.
All right, sounds good to me. And you can always tune in to Studio 10 coming up at 3 o'clock. So there you go.
And just in case you miss it, I'll be upset, but it's okay. You can always head to YouTube. Type in WILXstudio10.com, but you have to click subscribe. This way you'll never miss a minute. But I will see you later, Taylor, and I hope you have a happy, fabulous, and wonderful Friday.
Thank you, Rochelle. Sorry, I had to grab my box out, so there we go. And here we go with where you can subscribe to Studio 10 and catch anything that you may miss. Again, they are coming up at 3 o'clock here in 50 minutes. So you can catch Rochelle LeGrand on there and the rest of Studio 10. So again, hit that subscribe button if you want to go back and watch anything that they've had on before. Feel free to do that. Now, I do want to say Colton worked a very early morning filling in for Darren, and so later today, during First at 4, or starting with Studio 10, then First at 4 in our 90 minutes of news, Andy Provenzano will be in. So he should be actually in right now, but he's getting everything ready for our evening newscast, which is whacked in your 7-day forecast. Colton was able to leave that up for us. So this is a little rough estimate of what you can expect over the next 7 days. You had cloudy skies outside. I'm sure you woke up with that, getting that fall feel on this Friday. So there were some little misting, a little bit of rain earlier today, but Colton was saying earlier, this afternoon, that should clear out. And as you're seeing Saturday and Sunday, it is partly cloudy, so we're getting more sun on the way, and hey, mid-70s. That's pretty good. Little in between a fall-like feel and summer temperatures, so that'll be real nice, and especially for the Spartans as they take on their second game at home, right? They won against CMU last weekend. Big rivalry here in in the newsroom. Lots of people going fire up or go green, and well, Spartans pulled through. So you have that game tomorrow. I believe it kicks off around 3 o'clock around there. So expect downtown East Lansing to be pretty packed tomorrow morning. Again, that is Saturday. Sunday, you're seeing 75. And then heading into Monday, you get some more rain chances on the way. So again, Andy Provenzano will be in later. And you can check out more with the First Alert forecast. And as always, you can download the First Alert weather app. Always a great tool to have on your phone. They have the weather updates, the video updates more so you can hear and see the meteorologist and understand what they're talking about. They always go into great detail of what it means, and they help, don't want to say like dumb it down, but they do kind of dumb it down for you a bit so that you understand more of the weather. There's all these big terminologies that they use, like relative humidity, dew point, and you're trying to figure out what that means and how they work together. Well, download the First Alert weather app. They'll tell you what that means. So also you get hour-by-hour updates, and you have the Follow Me feature. You can also get traffic alert updates. So if you're heading up to the Michigan State football game tomorrow and you want any of those traffic alert updates, hey, download the First Alert weather app. And of course, you can always see what those temperatures are going to be like during game time and after the game, so you know how to properly dress up for that. Until then, though, we do want to share what's coming up during First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news today. We're going to pull that up right now, starting with Mid-Michigan Matters on First at 4. And if that's going to pull up, I don't think it is. What just happened here? Oh, there we go. Had to give it a few little tries. So Potterville, as you know, 2 weeks ago, there was that EF2 tornado that came through our area, and a lot of the strong winds, a lot of the destruction, so a lot of it did happen in the city of Potterville. So I spoke to Mayor Lenneman 2 weeks ago when I was live out in the field. I've been keeping up to date with her on all of the cleanup efforts happening in Potterville. And so today, we're getting a few people from the city of Potterville talking about the cleanup efforts and all of the things going into that. There was down trees, down power lines, even debris flying off of roofs of buildings and roof collapsing. A roof collapse, so that was not good either. We're going to be talking about all of that cleanup, and as you see, and a shirt fundraiser. So some members in the Potterville community, those residents, wanted to give back to the community and really help. So they have a thing called Stronger Than the Storm, and that is their shirt fundraiser. I'll tell you more about it coming up at First at 4. News 10 at 5. You see that Spartan Stadium has metal detectors that will be installed. And so as you are also getting ready for Michigan State football tomorrow, just prepare to give yourself some extra time with those metal detectors. And then also coming up on News 10 at 5, Joey Ellis breaks down the Detroit Lions win over the Kansas City Chiefs last night. And he'll also be live at 3:45 on the live desk with Crystal. So you can tune into that coming up News 10 at 5. And again, 3:45 right here on the News 10 Plus digital desk with Crystal. Coming up on News 10 at 5:30, Joey Ellis is in Lanesburg for our game of the week, so he'll have a live preview as they host Pewamo Westphalia and Lanesburg. There you go. Kicking off tonight, make sure to tune in. News 10 at 6, we will have the latest as the UAW has received a counteroffer from Stellantis after shooting down offers from GM and Ford. You're also seeing up there a 9/11 Day to Remember Memorial Field. Again, 9/11 is coming up on Monday, and so that will mark the 22 years since the attack on our country. Around 3,000 lives lost. Tough day for many, and a lot of people vividly remember this tragic event as well. So we'll have more coming up on News 10 at 6. I do have Riley right here next to me, but we're going to send it to our reporters right now in the field.
Hi, Taylor. Traumatic brain injuries are a major cause of death. However, concussions are occurring more often, and it's raising concern over player safety and the protocols set in place to protect athletes. I'm talking to concussion experts today on News 10 at 5:30. Amaya, what are you up to today?
Thanks, Tanaya. Today, I went to the Michigan State University Board of Trustees meeting where they discussed weapons on campus, among many other topics. Also, survivors of Larry Nassar came forward searching for answers. I'll have more on those stories later tonight in our 90 minutes of news.
Thank you, Tanaya and Amaya, for sharing what you have coming up during our 90 minutes of news today. And we do have Riley here.
Taylor.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm staying hydrated, so drink your water. This is your reminder to drink your water if you haven't been.
That's a good reminder.
My boyfriend reminds me all the time, so I figured I'd remind you all to drink your water.
You know what? There's a lot of my friends out there who like drink 1 cup of water a day. And I'm like, how are you
I can't do
living
it.
and breathing right now?
I go
Yeah,
through
drink your
a couple
water.
of these every single day, and
That's
you know
good.
what? I feel a lot better for it. So.
We do a lot of talking too, so we got to keep
It's
our
true. You don't want to get
our throats all
you
good.
know, a cotton mouth, you know.
Yeah, don't want that. No, you guys wouldn't like that. So gotta drink your water.
That's right.
Well, what do you have coming up later today?
Well, I've got my hands in a couple of different things
You do.
today.
You've been all around the place.
Yes. I filmed a little bit earlier today for a story that you'll see on Monday, so no spoilers for that, but working on something else for then. And for today, we're talking a little bit about a new partnership with Lansing School District and University of Olivet, which is formerly Olivet College. They're coming together to try to help Lansing District students, you know, pave their path to a college degree. So this partnership is going to make the admissions process a lot easier for students, and there could be some financial aid with this partnership as well. So you're going to find out a little bit more about, you know, what this means for students in Lansing. Making that decision for college is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Conversation usually starts a couple of years before graduation, so they're setting this up so that students, when they're starting to think about that process, you know they have a path to go to that, you know, might be a little bit easier for them to be able to get that degree. So very interesting. They just announced that partnership earlier today, and we were there streaming, hearing from administrators at University of Olivet and also Lansing School Superintendent Ben Scholdener. So we'll hear a couple of things from him too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, you know, those high school students, it's hard for them to kind of think of what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I will say, even though you pick one thing, that can always change later in life.
Yeah.
Not everything is set in stone. I have friends who are going back to college because they're like, actually, I don't want to do this thing I studied for anymore. I want to do something else. So, yeah, having that pathway and being able to guide them better into what they're interested in, what they want to do, and trying to figure that all out. Tie the loose ends there.
Absolutely. It's a stressful time. So,
Yes.
you know, we see a lot of different programs and partnerships with our schools and local universities. Something else that Lansing Schools has is the Lansing Promise, which also helps with, you know, funding those next steps in education too. So this district has worked on a couple of different partnerships, and this is just the most recent. I think University of Olivet as well has done some partnerships with other school districts, so now they're just kind of tying Lansing into the mix. And obviously it's one of our biggest districts in the area. They've got quite a few schools, even high schools alone. They have several schools, so this opens it up for thousands of students to maybe have another option, and it's quite timely too as we see those student loan payments start back up again.
Yes.
So I got my notification, start paying again in October, so it aligns right with that. All these kids kind of thinking about, you know, how am I going to cover this? How am I going to make sure that I can have a secure future?
Right.
And this seems to be one of those things they're trying to bring in to be a benefit for some of these kids. So.
And the future can be scary. So, yeah, being able to help benefit them and guide them, it's always a good thing to do.
What? That's coming up at News 10 at 6.
We're thinking the same idea. There we go. I was like, all right, News 10 at 6.
News 10 at 6, you can tune in to find out about that.
Sounds good.
So.
Thank you, Riley. And something else we showed yesterday, I believe it was, trying to take your name off here. There you are. There's a lot of buttons over here. I wish you guys could see it. But yeah, if we scroll up a bit, you're going to see this, the You're Not Alone series. Thank you, Riley. We will see you coming up News 10 at 6. Yesterday, we kicked off our You're Not Alone series here on News 10. We're doing this all year long. We're committed to showing you all of the mental health resources and talking about all the mental health topics throughout this time. Yesterday, Ann Emmerich had a great story, a touching story on this 15-year-old from Okemos who lost their life by suicide. And so she touches on the mental health resources you can look for on there, and also that QR code you're seeing up on your screen right now. Feel free to scan that has resources for you, or whoever that you know or may not know that may need a mental health resource. Always a great thing to share. So again, the You're Not Alone series kicked off yesterday. You can always go on to WILX.com and find Ann's story on there as well and familiarize yourself with that. But again, one more time as we head into the weekend, and as Rochelle said, a lot of things happening this weekend. I'm going to show you the First Alert Weather app one more time, because if you don't have it on your phone, you want to get it on there. Again, traffic alerts, It is free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. You get hour-by-hour updates, and you can do the Follow Me feature. So if you're heading up north, if you're wherever you're going this weekend, it will make sure to accurately tell you what that weather is like in your area. So check it out. Again, free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. Until then, we hope you have a great rest of your Friday and a great rest of your weekend. One more time, Joey Ellis will be back on the News 10 Plus digital desk with Crystal starting at 3:45 to talk about the Lions. All right, have a great rest of your day, everyone.